There was a new CEO at a company that I worked for who put out a video because that company had a lot of trouble with employee engagement, despite the fact that they felt they had great benefits and all that stuff. And they released this video where the CEO was talking to employees and being a real person. And one of the people he talked to was a girl who had just recently come out as a lesbian to her family and wasn't accepted, but she was accepted at the company. And as someone who's gay and at the time had a lot of employees who were part of the queer community, we all watched that in horror because it was like, this feels so forced. Like we actually already felt included in the company, but now this feels weird. This wasn't what we needed. And so I think a lot of times it can backfire because it's hard to do something like that genuinely. It really is. Because especially in this day and age, employees are increasingly skeptical. They're very skeptical of sustainability and purpose and values. And those videos actually sometimes have the opposite effect because, again, they just need to feel it and see it. So when it comes to pride, I'm just going to use that example. We already felt included. Everyone had pronoun pins. The company made it very clear that, treating someone in a way or not respecting their pronouns was not tolerated. That policy makes us feel included.
The operational policy, yeah.
The operational policy makes us feel included. I think the more you make a big deal about it, the more it's like, what are we overcompensating for?
If the communication, if the video of the poster is the main point of that, is kind of like a not that backhanded pat on the back for the company,
Yes.
rather than an actual, here's a real thing you can do, here's something you can get involved with, it feels ick.
Do you know what does work in a comms channel really well? Really well. Listen up, everybody. Being really honest and actually admitting where the company has fallen short in a way that is just sincere and doesn't make excuses. That's the kind of communication that goes, oh, you really do value honesty because you're giving it to me. You really do value improvement and you really do care because you're saying it. You're not, again, patting yourself on the back. And I think every company would move not only their scores, but just employee sentiment in general so far. Having that real communication really goes a long way. So if you want to invest in a comms strategy, that's the strategy you need to invest in and not be scared to just say the real thing.
More communications, more positive communications usually results in less believability, actually less connection. Despite the best intentions, more is not the answer. Communications is not necessarily the answer. So stop assuming that low engagement scores are always about awareness. It's not about awareness, it's about experience. Engagement is not a stream that lives on top of operations. They are not separate. They're very much integrated. In retail especially, I would argue.